Hey everyone, my name's MDC9 and welcome to 200 Days of Minecraft Hardcore Pocket Edition. Hardcore means that if you die in any way, shape, or form, your world is toast. You guys smash the like goal, so if we can hit 30 likes, I'll make 300 days. I have 4 goals for these 100 days. Set up the village, get max enchants, get full netherite, and kill the ender dragon. Will I achieve these goals? Make sure to watch the whole video to find out. But first, I would like to tell you to subscribe. Can you believe that 35% of y'all are not subscribed? Help me fix this by hitting the subscribe button and tapping the bell to get notified when a new video or stream comes out. Anyways, intro aside, let's get straight into it. Day 101, we are right back into the mess and I'm already getting back to the grind. I started to work on my first goal of fixing the village. I started destroying all the village houses and flattening the land from days 101 to 109. These villagers don't deserve homes. Day 110, I moved the remaining villagers to the breeding room. I spent day 111 showing my girlfriend Sly my world. On day 112, I finished destroying most of the homes. Day 113, I built a tiny dirt shack for villagers. Like I said, they deserve poverty and depression. Hey look, mending! Woohoo! On day 114, I set up a Fletcher to trade sticks for emeralds. Fun fact, these sticks were made out of the destroyed homes. Also, I put mending on my pants and fixed them up. Day 115, I crafted sticks. That's it. Day 116, I farmed cows and emeralds. Day 117, I did more of the same and started work on a minecart track that leads from the village to my basement. From days 118 to 120, I worked on the minecart track. Day 121, part 1 of the Caves and Cliffs update was out, so I went exploring for new stuff. I found a couple axolotls and a ton of new blocks. Even a geode. I spent day 122 exploring as well, and on day 123, I used the nether to get back home. Days 124 and 125, I spent working on the village. Working with villagers is so annoying!
At this point, MDC9 decided to change the way he edited the video and talked about the days. At the end of the video, there will be a poll to see what y'all like better. Now back to watching MDC9 suffer with all the villagers as he says fuck a lot.
Day 126, I built a bunch of villager homes so I can start to set things up. It took all day, and when I went to check on the breeder, I noticed one of the idiots who can't learn a job had grown up. Well, let's just say nothing good happened to the unemployed. After the pleb was taken care of, I tended to my sugarcane farm. Day 127 was one of those good old farming days. I harvested all my crops and gave them to the villagers, because apparently food equals children and children equal workers and work equals profit. Day 128, I started trading sticks for emeralds. I also started farming my cows for leather and my sheep for wool. Day 129, I tried to get more book villagers. Notice how I said tried. All these other bums were stealing jobs and making it 30 times harder to do anything. The reason that the jobs are being taken is because the villagers are part of the same village. So all I needed to do was make a new breeder for a couple hundred blocks away, but for that I would need more rails to transport villagers. So on day 130 I went back to the cave system by my zombie spawner to look for the mine shaft that I had found. In the caves I even found diamonds that I had missed. It didn't take too long to find a mine shaft and I started collecting rails. I also spent day 131 gathering rails and caught some glowberries while I was at it. I don't know how because I'm pretty sure those chunks were loaded before 17, but who knows. As the dawn of day 132 broke, I reached the surface and went home. When I got back, I made the rail system. The plan is to push the villagers so I can stay with it and protect them if need be. Day 133, I built the breeder. It's slightly larger than the original, but that's fine. At night, I added glowberries to my farm. I spent the entirety of day 134 moving a couple of villagers to the breeder. Wanna know why it took so long? Because villagers are fucking annoying as shit, and I swear to fucking god that it is multiplied tenfold on Bedrock Edition. On day 135 there was an accident in the old breeder. A creeper blew up a wall and a zombie got in. Oh no, all my villagers are dying. Whatever will I do? Oh my gosh, it's so bad. Why did this have to happen? Oh hey look, stall! Day 136 I set up chests for beds and stuff in the new breeder, then traded for some enchanted books which I upgraded my tools with. I ran out of sticks so I spent all of day 137 chopping trees. What's that old Phineas and Ferb song? Chop away my heart? Yeah, that's it, I think. Day 138, I traded sticks and farmed my animals. At night, I started on a new room in my home. Unfortunately, the room is half filled with river water, so I started to fill a part of the river in. As the sun started to rise, I found a skeleton with diamond armor. That is actually insane. They have a 0.04 chance of spawning. That's 1 in 2,500 skeletons. The next morning, I studied the skeleton, then killed it and took its helmet. Then I went on about the rest of day 139 as normal, farmed sticks, bred animals, and filled in a river. Day 140, I finished filling in what I wanted, so I carved out the room, then hopped into the nether to get some more wood for the floors. Day 141, I farmed sticks and got acacia wood for the walls. I finished putting in the walls on day 142, then farmed my crops. After that, I put a roof in. On day 143, I went to my fortress to get nether wood, but apparently there's none there, so my new version is unfortunate. I would rather spend time getting the village set up than searching for another fortress right now. On day 144, I stopped to check on the child. I haven't really talked about it, but there's this baby that will just not grow. Baby villagers grow in exactly 20 minutes, but it had been like 10 days and it still hadn't grown. Then I spent the rest of the day in my zombie grinder to repair all my tools a bit. I did this into day 145, but got bored, so I went to the nether and started blast mining. I finished blast mining on day 146 and went home, then dropped into a cave to find a bit of gold. I resurfaced on day 147, then decided to enchant some new diamond gear to try and combine the enchants. I ended up getting a silk touch pickaxe, so that's really cool and pretty helpful too. On day 148, I took down one of the last village houses because I have a build plan for there. At night, I went to the breeder and went AFK in hopes that the baby villager would grow up. It did, so on the morning of day 149, I took it and started the enchanted book cycle process. I'm looking for efficiency 5, protection 4, sharpness 5, feather falling 4, and depth striker 3. I got lucky and got efficiency 5 pretty quick, which I put on my axe and pickaxes. Day 150, I decided that since I haven't really gone anywhere for most of the video, that I would take a trip to find the stronghold. So I made all the Eyes of Ender that I could and set off. Day 151, I found my stronghold underwater off the shores of a desert and started to explore it. Floating torch! After a few minutes of searching, I found my portal, and look at this. It has 4 eyes. I've played Minecraft since late 2009 and I've never seen a 4-eye portal in person. Floating water! I mined up some of the stone bricks so that I could close off my portal room and the adjacent room. Then I carved out the ceiling to make a water ladder. Day 152, I gathered cobblestone and started work on a platform above the stronghold. I also explored a desert temple and made a nether portal. Day 153, disaster struck. The portal sent me onto a gravel platform that ended up in lava as well as me along with it. After 2 seconds of freaking the fuck out and thinking that my world was over, I realized that I wasn't taking much damage, so I got my enchanted golden apples out just in case, then swam over to the shoreline. I then took a few seconds to calm myself down. After that, I gathered netherrack to protect my portal and started a tunnel that leads back to my home. I got back on day 154. When I re-entered the overworld, there was a magma cube waiting. Now, if you don't know, magma cubes are my least favorite mob in Minecraft, so no, I will not be keeping it as a pet, and no, you can't force me to. So, I killed it for trespassing on my property without my consent. After that, I traded sticks with my villagers. Day 155, I went AFK at the breeder so I could get another villager, and at night, I fought mobs to pass the time so I don't drop kick that villager child. Day 156, the child is now of age, so I tried to send it to the village, but because villagers are dumb, I ended up chasing it back and forth for about 4 minutes. After that shit show, I started trying to get a book. I seriously considered getting Respiration 3 here, but I ended up skipping it and pretty soon I got Depth Shredder 3, so I put that on my boots. No game audio for day 157 because I had my mic on and I was blasting music. Anyways, I was a lumberjack again this day so I could get more sticks. Reminds me of the good old truly survival days with my wood shop. Memories, am I right? I started day 158 by trading sticks for more emeralds. Then I went into the nether to start searching for another fortress so I could get nether wart. Towards the end of the day I found a bastion and to my delight it was a treasure bastion. After finding my way in, I carefully got rid of the magma cube spawner and got to the middle where I was promptly attacked by a brute and a magma cube. I decided to chug a gap because of how close quarters it was. After that, I looted the chests and spent the rest of the day exploring the bastion. Day 159 I continued to explore and stumbled across the fabled disc Pigstep. After that, I left the bastion and continued my nether fortress search. This totally wasn't close and never gave me a heart attack, whatever would give you that idea. Day 160 I found a bridge bastion and got the gold. Why do I keep getting all these near-death experiences? Like, what the fuck? I really need feather falling, man. I explored for a few more minutes and started tunneling and finally found another fortress, and from the look of it, the complete opposite of mine, the majority of it being indoor rooms. After a couple minutes, I found 2 plots of netherwort. I kept searching the fortress and ended up getting a wither skeleton skull. I searched the rest of the fortress and found nothing of use. Day 161, I farmed blazes so that my pickaxe could repair. I repaired most of it and started my journey home. Day 162 I found a housing bastion on my way back which had more netherwort in it. I spent a few minutes looting the piglins' livelihoods, then resumed my trip home, and by the end of the day, I had gotten home. Day 163 I stood AFK for more totally paid workers. At night, I fought phantoms out of sheer boredom. Day 164 I traded sticks, then put the newly legal worker in its cubicle. After that, I went to sleep. I got feather falling 4 really fast, so most of day 165 was farming. Not just the planted crops though, everything was farmed. Day 166 I started furnishing my brewery room. I put a tiny netherwort farm in the room, and another one in my farmland. Then, I put in the water in the brewing stands. Day 167 I put in jack-o'-lanterns and glowstone for lights, as well as cauldrons and hoppers. I'd say this room looks pretty good. Day 168 I traded more sticks than yay! More of me being AFK, except this time I didn't fight anything. Ah yes, day 169, the second funny number day. I wasted it on this Welch getting a Protection 4 book. I spent day 170 trading with piglins for Soul Speed 3, but apparently it's too expensive, so I wasted the entire damn day. It's not like I only have 100 days to record. Half of day 171 was spent gathering wool and wood, while the other half, as well as the next 2 days, were spent mining for netherite.
When's Dust Editor later?
So, for some reason, day 174 didn't record it, even though I actually did record it. The footage you are about to see is from a copy of the world that I made for the sole purpose of showing you what I did today. So, basically I put in most of the Eyes of Ender into the portal, and then explored the nearby desert. Day 175 I got more cows into my pen because I may or may not have killed all the old ones. After that, I decided to go to sleep. Day 176 I stood AFK yet again for the final time, and at night, I went mining for iron. I got the new illegal intern into its holding pen day 177. Little did I know the hell I was fixing to go through. I started to reroll trades, except this time, instead of getting the trade that I wanted, that means sharpness 5, in a couple minutes, it took me 5 damn days. That's a quarter of my recording block. It took me almost exactly an hour and a half to get this. I really considered taking this Power 5 book, but I pushed on. I got to the point where I was willing to take Sharpness 4, even though it would cost me double the emeralds and books. I even had to repair my axe at one point. Here's my axe at the beginning, here's my axe when I repaired it, and here's my axe at the very end. I had to look it up to see if it was even possible to get Sharpness 5 from the villager trade. Overall, I got Depth Strider 3, Feather Falling 4, Smite 5, and Sharpness 4 3 times. Bane of Arthropods and Protection 4 5 times, Mending 9 times, Channeling 17 times, Flame and Infinity 18 times, Multi-Shot 19 times, and the Bookshelf Trade 420 times.
Nice.
Smoke weed every day. Smoke weed every day.
I also punched the villager twice. Anyways, on day 181, I finally put Sharpness 5 on my sword. I wanted to repair my tools before I upgraded them, so I spent days 182 and 183 in the nether at my fortress, killing everything in sight. I got not 1, not 2, but 11 wither skeleton skulls. I actually started to get overwhelmed here, so I decided to eat a gapple. I upgraded my armor and tools to netherite on day 184, then went back to the nether to mine blackstone for my next build, the 200 Days Monument. I wanted to go for the complete opposite of what I did with the 100 Days Monument. I also started this project a lot sooner because of how pressed for time I was in the first 100 days. Day 185 I focused on laying down the base of my build and crafting the different blocks I would need for the monument. Day 186 I made a trip to find a geode and got all them nice musical blocks. Day Day 187 I built up the entire frame of the build. It's the exact same as the 100 days monument, but inverted. Now all I needed to do was the shrine in the middle, but I didn't have enough raw gold, so I went down into the mines on day 188 to grab some. Day 189 I got the shroom lights and finished the monument. I put on a sign that made it a nice glowing yellow. Day 190 I worked on a task that I've needed to do for a while. I put in the andesite floors of the basement as well as the stone ceilings and walls. Day 191 I did more of the same, but I also made a god bow, this time with no new villagers involved because fuck those guys. I knew that I wouldn't have time to kill the dragon, especially with what I still wanted to get for the big fight, so on day 192 I started on a new room in my basement that I've been meaning to do for a hot minute. I carved out the area where my new smelting room is going to be. Day 193 I took a trip to the desert to get sand to make glass so that I could have a lava floor, which also means natural lighting. After that, I spent the rest of the day getting lava from the nether and putting it on the floors. This continued into day 194 where I finished the floor and started to put down the furnaces as well as the hoppers. I spent most of day 195 mining iron so that I would have enough for the hoppers and the blast furnaces. Day 196 I put the ceiling in as well as all the hoppers and furnaces. It was at this point that I realized I had a big problem. All the furnaces needed to be powered, and for that I needed a lot of coal. Like, a lot of coal. Like, 29 frickin' stacks of coal. So on days 197 and 198 I mined a shit ton of coal and put them in the furnaces on day 199. On 198 I also found an axolotl, which I'm gonna name Chad. Also, that last line was pointless because I literally did nothing else with Chad for the rest of the entire game. Day 199 I spent repairing my lawn from the countless creeper suicides, then found out a zombie broke the door to the sheep pit, so I spent the rest of the day rounding up what little sheep were left and put them into their pen again. Okay, so it's the big day 200 and I've realized that I've wasted the entire 100 days with all of these stupid villagers, so I went to them and stabbed them up their ass. I beat the sharpness villager that consumed an hour of my life that I will never get back to death. You are a piece of fucking shit, die you motherfucker. Then I committed self-death on a cactus. Just kidding, that was a copy of the world. I'm not gonna waste an entire 100 days just to kill all the villagers that I worked so hard for. Anyways, on day 200, I worked on a to-do list for 300 days. Then I had a well-earned sleep. So that was 200 days of Hardcore Minecraft Pocket Edition. I really hope you guys enjoyed, and if you did, then if we get this video to 30 likes, I will go to 300 days. This video took over a month to make, and most nights I was up most, if not all of the night to record or edit this video, so if you guys could subscribe and tap the bell, that would be greatly appreciated. Also, share this video with all your friends and family to get it to YouTube trending. That would mean the world to me. And make sure you follow my socials to get updated whenever I post. I wouldn't have gotten through the video without my Spotify playlist, so make sure to go follow that. A special thanks to Lock.2 for his help in making the intro, as well as a couple other key parts of the video. Thanks to Jesser101 for making the Hardcore Pocket Edition mod, and Luke the Notable for creating 100 Days. All links will be in the description, and as always, they are also in the About section on my channel. Anyways, hope you guys really enjoyed this, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye guys!